Well, g'day again folks, it's Mark back. Another quick episode. Been busy this weekend, so I haven't been able to do what I was hoping to do. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I had sold my table saw and hoping to upgrade to a cabinet saw. I found one this weekend, so it's an older, 10-year-old Hafco SB10H, I think it is. It's got the extensions on the top, cast iron. Quiet as the old DeWalt was so loud. I'm in a one-car garage on the side of the house, and yeah, the wife didn't like the DeWalt at all. So anyway, got myself a Hafco. Spent most of the weekend just cleaning it up, truing it up, getting it right, having a bit of a play. So that's mostly done, and a few people mentioned. Well, actually, most comments said we want a video on how to do the Japanese shoji lamp. So I'm going to do that, but I'm not set up for it just at the moment. I need a table saw sled, which I sold with the DeWalt, and I haven't made one for this yet. I'm actually thinking of going and buying an Incra sled, but we'll see. I had some change left over. I sold a compound sliding miter saw, as well as my table saw to make space for this big bugger. So I've got a bit of change left over. I might go and get one of those, I'll see. Anyway, this afternoon's little project has been an addition to what I did last time with the bandsaw table. What I want is a circle cutter. So I'm making a circle cutter to go on to the bandsaw table that I made last week. So anyway, just quickly spin this around, and I've cut all the bits again. I did the same as last time. Cut all the pieces to try and make it a little bit quicker, because I haven't upgraded my system yet. A couple of people mentioned the audio was pretty bad. I'm trying to speak up. I have ordered a microphone, a lapel mic, I think they call them, a little Bluetooth jobby, which should improve the audio quality a little bit. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, same theory as last time. It'll probably make sense when you see it done. But screw a bit of T-track to a board, and I got some scraps of MDF just to make up to the height of the T-track, which is the same I did with the table last week. So I did notice that this little screwdriver last week was quite loud, so I'll try and speak up. And I won't put all the screws in for the point of the exercise. You just screw on each of these sections in place around the T-track, so you got a level playing surface basically when it's all said and done. And you know, it doesn't have to be dead level. You cut in circles with this particular jobby, so as long as it's fairly flat. Squareness again, it doesn't have to be totally square, because we're cutting a circle and everything slides and moves. So yeah, square and true. I got it pretty square, but I had cut up all these little bits earlier, just to make the video a bit quicker, because I haven't yet learned how to edit videos, so I have to sort of all do it in one go. My son, who knows how to edit videos, is going to show me, but at the moment he's got assignments for university, and that's always a high stress time, and yeah, he is very busy. He will be helping me out though. And then yeah, hopefully things will improve. I can do bigger projects. That's the other thing with the Japanese lantern. People would like to see it's It's more in depth than some quick little thing like this, and I can't really do the same way. I have to wait until he sets up video editing for me, and yeah. And I usually, when I make one of those, I'll probably get quicker. I'm going to do a sort of a simplified version when I do one. But, you know, these things, I work 6 days a week. I have Sunday to spend some time in the shed. It's nearly done. Flip her over. And this piece of timber here is going to go into the T-track that was on the table that I made last week. It'll hopefully make sense when it's done, but and lucky last. Yeah, Son's going to teach me how to do the video editing. Shoji lamp can take me, yeah, depending on how much time I get. I work 6 days. I've got Sunday in the shed, but I've also got to, mow the lawn and trim the trees and all the stuff we've got to do and go out with the wife. So, yeah, sometimes it can take me, a month to do a shoji lamp. I've only done 2. The second one was way quicker because I figured out a better system. So hopefully I'll be figuring out a better system. I'll get some video editing happening, and I'll be able to do it much better, splice it all together and do it the way it's supposed to be, unlike all these proper YouTube people do. I'm just starting out. Anyway, spin the camera around again. I'll put it down on the bandsaw table. This is pretty much done. So, yeah, T-track, build up the board around it, put the runner in the back. This is going to be 0 clearance, which I have to turn on the bandsaw. So that just slots in the T-track on the table that I built last week, and this is where I have to turn the bandsaw on, and I'm just going to cut the end off it, and that'll make it 0 clearance. Sorry for the noise. Bandsaw's pretty quiet, especially compared to my old table saw, but anyway. So that's the theory. So we've got T-track in there, it runs this way, that slides in the T-track on the table. You can do that on the original table for a bandsaw. You don't need that extension. I just wanted a bigger work surface because this one's pretty small. And basically we've cut another strip which goes into this T-track. There is one more thing that I meant to do. I've got a little spacer here which I've got to glue into place. So that might take a sec. It's not important, but for the moment it's just a spacer to keep the floor at the height of the T-track, because this is how I intended to make it. But whilst I was doing it, I actually found a better idea, because you've got to be able to clamp this into position. And I ordered on eBay some smaller T-track that I can put into this T-track upside down, and just put a screw through the bottom, clamp it down, you have it in any position. At the moment, what I've got to do with this one, I've just got a nail in that. I don't know if you can see the nail, but yeah, tiny little nail. And the nail just goes in the piece of wood that you're going to cut. This is just a scrap I had left over, and goes in the slot. Now, move it up to the position that you want, and for the point of the exercise today, I've got to use a clamp. So you just clamp that runner in place. Yeah, by the way, I haven't tested this, I haven't tried it, I saw it and thought I'd have a go. So anyway, let's see if it works. The theory is you just slide it up to you in the centre, and what you would probably do is get another clamp and scrape the timber at the point where you want it. So I'll just have to rip this off quickly because I didn't do it before. So we're just putting a stop block at what is essentially the centre of the circle. So we'll just clamp that little stopper in place, and that'll keep it in the right position. Put that on the runner. Move it back to where we want it. Clamp her on. This is where I'm going to use the other bit of T-track upside down, and just a little screw underneath pulls it down. Theory's good, should work. I'm going to test this. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Turn the bandsaw on, slide her in, so it starts cutting. The stop block, and then you just turn your piece of timber around. This is just the scraps I said that I had laying around. It was I made one of those dog feed stations. This is the cutout that I put the bowl into. Anyway, it was pretty rough, done with the jigsaw. That's not sanded, but that's a perfect circle. And you can do it in any diameter. How I've got this set up, I'm going to be doing, I did mention that I had made a Lazy Susan for a lady at work, the cleaner at work. She asked me for one, and when I delivered it, 2 more orders came in for Lazy Susans. So I've got to get those out of the way first before I do the Shoji lamp. But I've got other stuff to learn and whatever first. So I was going to make a Lazy Susan for the wife, so that's now 3 more that I've got to make. Hence why I came up with the circle cutting jig idea. Well, I didn't come up with the idea, somebody else's idea, I just copied it. But that's why I needed it. Now, I completely forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, so that's what I made that for. Seems to work. I've got a couple of Lazy Susans to make. I'll get them out of the way. I will do a video on those, but they're pretty straightforward. Like most people can make a chopping board. You cut a few strips, you glue them together, and yeah, I'll get those out of the way, and I'll plan that that Japanese lantern and do a video on that. So anyway, that's Mark. I hope you had a fantastic Anzac weekend. I hope you remember the fallen, as we've all got relatives in the past. But anyway, let's not dwell on that one. Thanks very much for your time if you watched. Hopefully I'm getting better, and we'll be back. Bye.